Greetings, Happy New Year's. We are getting started with 2025 here. This is my first video for the year. I'm focusing on core work today, like a good 10-minute or so core workout video. You can do it along with me. I will offer some modifications, but overall this is meant more for intermediate advanced level. If you do know the modifications to do these more for beginner level, you're welcome to do it. Otherwise, if these seem too hard for you or you're not at an intermediate level, I would ask you to please avoid doing this video so you don't cause yourself any back or other problems from doing these incorrectly. So we're gonna do a little stretching out and warming up here at the beginning with the child's pose, just to get ready for moving into our core exercises. So the child's pose, go ahead and get in a position if you can on your knees. And hands here, go ahead and sit that butt back towards your heels. You can open up your knees to get a better movement here, and then come down where you can that feels comfortable. Some people are up here, and some people can come way down. It really depends on your knees. It depends on your flexibility and range of motion here. Do what is most comfortable for you, just to really stretch out the back, stretch out your shoulders, and we'll even get to the abs here in a moment. Go ahead and relax your forehead on the floor. Just take some deep breaths through the abdominal muscles, through your back and your rib cage. All right, let's go ahead and lay on our stomach. We're gonna work on either a Sphinx or a Cobra pose. So if you have a tight back and you can just do this, just be here relaxing on your forearms. We're gonna relax our hip muscles into the floor, just loosening up my back, loosening up my abdominal muscles here in the front. If you're able to, you can fully bring yourself up like this if you want. But if your back's a little too tight, you can just stay right here. So there's different types of moves we can do with our core. Now our core relates to not just our stomach muscles, but it relates to our back, our glutes, our hips. All of this area is our core. So it's not just here. So what we're gonna work on some front loading stuff and also doing stuff on our back as well and on our sides. We're gonna hit all the different planes that we have of our body. So we're gonna start with our front. We're gonna do a plank, just a regular plank. Now at this point, you're either doing a plank at an intermediate level up on your toes. You can either be on your forearms, you can be up on your hands. It's completely up to you. I'm gonna do it on my forearms because that's what's comfortable for me. And we're gonna hold a plank here for 30 seconds. Let's get ready. And up we go. So find your good plank position. Remember, I don't want my hips down low and I don't want my butt up too high. I want a good position in the middle. My abs are tight. My arms are doing work. My hips are doing work. We have about 10 seconds left here. Three, two, one, and stop. Come on down. Good job. All right. We're next gonna work on a side plank crunch. So for the side plank crunch, being an intermediate to advanced, I'm not gonna have you do a side plank on your toes because I don't think I have very many clients at this point who can do a full side plank crunch up on their toes. It's a very advanced move. So we're gonna do it in the intermediate level range for most of the people I know that may be using this video, something that you are able to do. So we're gonna come down. You can obviously do this on your hand. Most of my clients, and including myself, we do this on our elbow. So you're gonna have bottom knee bent, top leg straight. My legs are gonna be on top of each other. My hips are forward, strong stomach, elbow is underneath my shoulder. I'm going to pop my hip up using my abs. Top arm comes over, top knee, and my elbow are coming together. Now I'm gonna do 10 of these. So I'm trying to crunch the top here, right? But that's while all of this is also working. So it's a double. Good job. 2 more. Last one. And go ahead and stop and come down. All right, let's go ahead and switch. All right, remember, elbows underneath my shoulder, my knee is bent, my top leg is straight, my knees are on top of each other, my hips are forward. I'm gonna use my stomach muscles and my hips. Down here, I'm gonna pop up, strong arm, strong shoulder, up, and crunching over the top for 10. Two more. Last one. And go ahead and stop there. Good job. Okay, we've already done a couple of moves. We're gonna keep rolling into it. And we're gonna go back to a plank. Now, we just did a regular plank last time. A way to make it a little bit more challenging is to do a hip drop or to do rocking on your toes back and forth. I'm gonna show you both in one 30-second move. So I'll do half of it one way, half of it the other way, just so you can see how they're done. Just so you have an option to challenge yourself from a regular plank. So we'll come back down into our regular plank on our toes. And this time I'm gonna do it up on my hands for those folks who like to do it up on their hands. All right, we'll get started. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. All right, so if I'm gonna do a hip drop, it's very subtle movement, right? I'm not going like this. No, it's just directly from my stomach muscles in front, dropping side to side. And then if I'm gonna do a toe rock, I'm doing forward to back. This will do extra work on your arms. You really have to hold strong to do it here. Keep going, don't stop, and go ahead and stop. Good job. All right, that's some good work, frontal plane, right? We're facing forward, we're working the front. And we've done a little side, we're gonna work on our back now to do some work in a different plane, in a different form. We are gonna work on our modified hollow hold. Some of you can do a full hollow hold, so I'm gonna show you both, okay? The modified version and the whole one. So, a regular hollow hold, arms are up by my ears, my legs are open. Now you can decide, right, where your legs are gonna stay. Are they up here, because that's hard enough for you? Are they down here? It's really up to you, okay? But you're gonna hold that for 30 seconds. You wanna pick a position where your back's not arching off the floor and you're hurting, right? Your back should stay flat, strong abs. So you gotta decide what level you're at and where you need to put your legs. So to do a modified version, we're going to keep our feet on the floor. My arms are by my ears, and we're gonna do it for 30 seconds here. In 3, 2, 1, coming up. I bring my head and shoulders up off the floor, and I'm not just using this and my neck to do all the work. My abs should be feeling it. My abs is what's holding me up in this position. So holding it here. You gotta hold it for 30 seconds. Don't forget to breathe when you're doing all these ab moves. Don't be holding your breath. If you're holding your breath, then you need to go back to a more beginner level of learning how to properly control your breathing while you're holding your position. Go ahead and stop. Good job. All right. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna actually do a bird dog crunch. So we're gonna go back to our hands and knees. So I know almost everyone who works with me, even at a beginner level, knows how to do a bird dog. So that's opposite arm, opposite leg. I'll show you here. Right, we're on our hands and knees, and we're doing an opposite arm lift. And then we're gonna switch, opposite arm and leg lift. Right, so most people think of that move as just, oh, I'm just lifting side to side. But it's about the stomach. So you should really turn your stomach muscles on before you open up, and that's what's keeping you with the balance. So we're gonna do this time a bird dog crunch, okay? So what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna tighten my stomach muscles, I'm gonna open up,
And then I'm gonna come in the middle, elbow to knee, switch, open up, elbow to knee, and switch, okay? We're gonna do that for only 10 reps. That's it, all right? Here we go. Strong stomach for our balance. Open up. Good. So you should feel that crunch. Watch your stomach muscles are on. Good focus. Stomach muscles on, opening up opposite arm, opposite leg. Crunch in the middle. Last one. There you go. Good job. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving on. So the next move we're gonna do is, I've got a list here, so I'm thinking about what to offer you. Let's work on swimmers. So that's gonna deal with more of our backside and also dealing with a little bit more of our butt as well. Okay, so facing forward on our belly, arms are stretched out. I'm looking down, but my forehead is off the floor. And we're gonna do an opposite arm, opposite leg again. But this time, we have to involve more of our butt, more of our back in this position, and more of our shoulders than we would probably in the bird dog. In the bird dog, you're probably relying a lot more on your arms and your legs to help you with the balance. We don't have to worry about balance here. We're just worried about movement. All right, we're gonna do this for 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. So, I have some people who tap down in between. If you're at intermediate to advanced, the goal is to not touch down. You can see my hands and legs, if I stop, are hovering off the floor. So, but I'm still lifting and lowering. My head doesn't look up. I keep a neutral neck position. And this is how we do it. Go ahead and stop there. All right. One more, and I'm trying to think. I've got 2 options here for you. We're gonna do side V-ups. So this is more advanced, and you need something padded underneath you, whether it's your carpet, whether it's an extra towel, whether it's a padded yoga mat, because if you do it on a very thin mat on a hard floor, you'll feel it in your hip, okay? All right, so we're gonna lay on our side, legs out straight. You're gonna want your hand on the floor for support because you'll feel yourself lean forward, and that's okay. So you're going to lift your leg up, bottom leg comes up, and they both come down together. So what I see people do incorrectly here is they'll lift their leg up really high and try to meet. Well, they're not gonna meet, okay? It's just probably not gonna happen. So you can lift it up tiny, right? And then using your thigh muscles and your abs to lift up the other one, hold it there, they meet, and then they come back down. So the other thing I see people do is do it really quickly. Well, then I'm not really sure your abs and everything are doing the proper work to really hold you up and do the control. So we're gonna control it and slow it down. You have 10 to do on each side. And where I see people say they feel the pain in their hip is when they lift up, your hip area, bone area, kind of pushes down. So having something padded underneath you will help, or just finding the right position, maybe lean forward a little bit, not so far back. All right, here we go. So my side abs are working, my front abs are working, my inner thigh is working. You can rest your head down if you want. Good control. 2 more. Last one. Go ahead and stop there. All right, let's roll over to the other side. Remember, this is your last ab move for this 10-ish minute video core workout. Okay. Ready? Here we go. And because we know that we have one more dominant side than the other, usually, you might find one side is easier than the other. That's okay. Just keep working both sides, do the best you can, because the goal is to try and even up those little bits of sides that are weaker than the other, right? Top leg up first, bottom leg up, and control down. One more. And go ahead and stop there. All right, because we're here, I'm gonna have you roll on your stomach again, and we're gonna do that Sphinx or Cobra pose. So you can either be here, right? Again, just relax your stomach muscles now, let them relax and stretch out. You can also come all the way up if you want to. Or be down on your forearms, whichever is better for your back. And then sit again one last time into that child's pose that we did at the beginning. Maybe you're looser this time around. Big deep breaths through your back muscles again, through those rib cage muscles. And go ahead and stop there. Great job, everybody. You did it. You did the core workout. And if that wasn't enough for you and you're like, well, I could do more, you could just repeat this 1 or 2 more times and get a full 30 minutes of core if you really wanted to. Or you can mix it up and add some cardio and some other strength work. Or maybe that's all the time you have for today and 10 minutes was good enough. Good job. Keep up with it. If you have any questions, or if you're not already signed up with me and you want to sign up for one-on-one sessions online, please let me know. I also do in-home locally from where I live. Thank you and have a great day.